This is a crazy story that Sam Parker has unveiled, and it has to do with Charlie Kirk's right-hand man at TPUSA. Here's what he says. As everyone else rushed to Charlie's aid and carried him to an SUV and to jet him to a hospital.
Hold on, because things just went completely off the rails. Joe Rogan has thrown himself straight into the middle of the storm. And trust me, this isn't your usual celebrity rumor. The chaos is real, and Joe is not holding back. When he spoke out about Charlie Kirk's shocking shooting, the internet practically exploded. His words hit like dynamite, leaving people stunned and questioning everything they thought they knew. According to Joe, nothing about the official story adds up. The timeline, the evidence, even the statements from the authorities all feel off. And he said it loud and clear, no whispers, no holding back. But here's the twist. Joe didn't just call out the feds. His spotlight turned straight toward Erika Kirk. That's right, Charlie's widow. He claimed her behavior since Charlie's passing has been suspiciously distant, especially around Charlie's own family. People online immediately started asking why. Joe even suggested Erika allegedly wasn't fully honest with Charlie's parents about what was happening behind the scenes at Turning Point America. He hinted that Charlie had started to feel uneasy weeks before the rumored TikTok sale to billionaire Larry Ellison. According to Joe, there were behind-the-scenes tensions about keeping a pro-Israel message strong, even though Charlie reportedly wanted to tone it down. That, Joe said, was the real storm brewing before everything fell apart. The moment Joe dropped that bomb on his show, the internet lit up. Some called him a hero for saying what no one else dared, while others accused him of stirring trouble. But the fact was clear. When Joe Rogan calls something shady, everyone listens. Still, skeptics didn't buy the official story either. They accused the feds of fumbling the investigation and feeding the public twisted half-truths. Many claimed it all felt like a distraction, more focused on hiding their mess than exposing what really happened. That's when online detectives kicked into overdrive, keyboards ready, receipts flying, and leading the charge was none other than Candace Owens. Candace isn't just a commentator, she was one of Charlie's closest friends and served on the board at Turning Point America. So when she spoke, people listened. She went straight for the jugular, dragging the FBI through the mud. She called their version of events a complete lie from top to bottom. Candace specifically blasted the claim that the alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, had been turned in by his parents after being seen on TV and thought to be suicidal. She said it was fiction from start to finish. Tyler himself has maintained his innocence from day one. According to Candace, there are no real photos, no solid evidence tying him to the crime. Just one blurry image the family says isn't even him. She doubled down, stating Tyler has never been on the UVU campus and has never shown signs of wanting to harm himself. Her words set the internet on fire. Suddenly, everyone asked the same question. If Candace is right, what else have we been lied to about? It gets even messier. The only connection between Tyler and the crime is that the gun used was registered to him. That's it. Nothing else. Candace's claims flipped everything upside down. Social media exploded as people questioned every official statement. If the suspect was really in custody, why hadn't anyone seen proof? No clear footage, no confirmed witness statements, no timeline. People began calling it a setup, and the internet wasn't letting it slide. But the feds weren't the only ones under fire. Erika Kirk has been under major scrutiny since day one. Whispers about her grew louder, with some claiming she might have been what people call a honeypot. Someone strategically placed in Charlie's life for mysterious reasons. It sounds wild, but the deeper people dug, the stranger it got. The rumors really snowballed after a speech Erika gave just days after Charlie's death. On the surface, it looked heartfelt, a widow honoring her husband. But something felt off. Her words sounded too polished, too practiced. It came across more like a performance than a eulogy. Viewers noticed she barely mentioned Charlie's parents or family. Her speech focused on the organization, the message, the movement. Some wondered, was she honoring Charlie or taking control of his legacy? Theories started running wild. Some suggested she was placed to keep Turning Point aligned with certain political donors. Others thought Charlie might have been starting to pull away from that agenda, and someone didn't like it. Joe hinted that Charlie had confided he felt watched and boxed in, like every move was tracked. He worried about contracts and commitments he didn't agree to, but couldn't walk away from. Fans said it wasn't just tragic, it was terrifying. By the end of Joe's segment, the internet was a battlefield. Half demanded answers, convinced of a cover-up. The other half said everyone was losing their minds chasing conspiracies. But the question kept echoing. What really happened to Charlie Kirk, and how deep does this story go? Just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, new rumors claimed that Turning Point's biggest donors allegedly pressured the board to crown Erika as the new CEO almost immediately after Charlie's death. How does something that major happen that fast? Charlie wasn't even laid to rest, and suddenly his widow was running the show. People were floored. Then came the memorial, where everything spiraled further.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of those young influencers, right?
Clips went viral, showing Erika walking up to the stage like it was an awards show. Cameras flashing, lights gleaming, her walk confident. That little half smirk? The internet lost it. The vibe didn't scream grief, it screamed performance. Comments flooded in. Why does she look like she's enjoying the attention? Some said it looked like a PR stunt, not a tribute. Others compared it to a political rally. By sunrise, hashtags like Erika Show and Turning Point Drama were trending. Journalists, gossip channels, and anonymous insiders claimed the memorial was literally stage managed to introduce Erika as the new face of the movement. Every blink, every hair flip, every pause, analyzed in high definition. Then, leaked footage surfaced of her rehearsing lines backstage, and the internet exploded. People asked, why would a grieving widow practice her speech like a campaign launch? Joe Rogan jumped back in, saying flat out, there's something seriously unsettling about how that whole memorial looked. Grief was being packaged and sold. His car host called it a soft launch for her leadership. That statement hit like a grenade, especially with rumors swirling about Erika fast-tracking into Charlie's old CEO chair. Alleged texts and emails surfaced online. One saying, "We can't afford a power vacuum. Erika keeps the donors calm." Another read, "Put Erika in charge now while sympathy is high." People went wild. While the world mourned Charlie, his empire was being rearranged under new management. Candace Owens went live, furious. "You don't replace a man before his story's even told," she shouted, accusing the board of rushing the process under pressure from people outside Charlie's inner circle. Fans went crazy. Screenshots of Erika at private dinners with donors and political insiders began circulating. Had she been building alliances all along? Some claimed she'd been quietly approving sponsorships and tours Charlie had rejected months before his death. Then came the alleged email chain titled Transition Strategy. One executive wrote, "Erika understands the new direction. We just need to make sure the public does too." Another added, "We'll frame it as honoring his legacy." That phrase, "frame it," sent shockwaves. It sounded less like mourning and more like image management. Soon, Turning Point America's website updated quietly. A new section called Continuing Charlie's Vision appeared, featuring Erika confidently smiling in front of an American flag. It didn't even mention her as CEO. Everyone already knew. People connected the dots. Old videos showed Charlie uneasy about certain donors and wanting to shift the organization away from heavy political messaging. Now, under Erika, pro-Israel messaging roared back stronger than ever. New sponsorships rolled in from the same donors Charlie had been skeptical of. His old speeches were re-edited to fit the new narrative. Social media buzzed. Legacy continuation or total takeover? From the outside, it looked like Charlie's name was used to keep the money flowing while the real story quietly unfolded. Joe Rogan's analysts agreed. The tragedy may have been used to reset the narrative. A clean break, then boom, new management, new messaging. Fans dug through financial filings, donor lists, and board records. Documents edited, key communications missing, filing dates mismatched. People asked, how do emails vanish from a nonprofit's public archive? Why was the 990 form delayed? The inconsistencies made the situation look like a full-blown cover-up. The focus shifted. It wasn't just about Charlie anymore. It was about Erika's lightning-fast rise, quiet resignations, and invisible hands guiding the operation. Social media became a giant investigation board. Screenshots, timelines, Zoom photos, everything analyzed. And the question kept getting louder. Coincidence or a planned rise? Then came the hug that broke the internet. Erika wrapped her arms around President Trump on stage, and people were stunned. Not just who she hugged, but how. The closeness, the whisper, the body language. It seemed too personal. A body language expert analyzed it frame by frame. There's comfort here. More than expected, between a grieving widow and a former president, people went back through old appearances, interviews, and fundraisers looking for signs, and found things that didn't help Erika's image. Less than 2 weeks after Charlie's passing, Erika sat in his podcast chair, smiling calmly, moving forward with the mission. The internet couldn't handle it. Comments poured in, too comfortable, not a tribute, a takeover. Then, Joe Rogan fired another bombshell. He claimed the government didn't just fumble the investigation, they sabotaged it. When an investigation's real, the info stays sealed. When it's theater, everything leaks, he said. The line hit like thunder. Joe argued that selective leaks were strategic, meant to confuse the public. The fast-tracked CEO appointment, the shifting timelines, the suspicious hug, it all looked planned. Even skeptics wondered, could it all be coordinated? Clips of his speech went viral, quoted everywhere. Fans called him fearless, others warned of danger. The truth? Nobody's really sure. Every coincidence feels suspicious. Joe said, when real justice happens, the feds stay quiet until they've got proof. But this case, chaos from start to finish. Leaks, timelines, mysterious footage, fast-track leadership, a suspicious hug, it all points to something much bigger. The internet is divided, but one thing is clear, this story is far from over. What do you think? Is Joe exposing the truth or digging into something too dangerous to uncover? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with someone who's been following this wild saga from day one. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.